that last match, haven't they? That was sensational. Daryl Gurney, the Irishman, against Jeffrey Zwaan from the Netherlands. Previous meetings, Gurney leads 6-4. They're playing for the right to play Dave Chisnell tomorrow afternoon. In TV meetings, it's 1-0 in Daryl's favour. He beat Zwaan 6-0 in 2017 in the last 64 stage of the Players' Championship finals. Zwaan ranked number 22. This is his debut in the tournament, and apart from Michael van Gerwen, the only Dutchman in the competition.
Interestingly, Zwaan has won 3 out of the last 4 meetings. The last one in the Players' Champs, he won 6-1. But there was signs of a little bit of form from Gurney at the Worlds. At stages, he almost looked back to his very best. And although this tournament isn't ranked, it doesn't go towards their order of merit, it does have an impact, you feel, confidence-wise for the start of the season.
Definitely.
In a month's time, we're back with the UK Open, of course.
At this venue this time.
Yep. 160 players will be competing.
Not been a great tournament, this one, the Masters, for players from Northern Ireland. You mentioned Daryl Gurney, or rather Jackie mentioned Daryl Gurney having lost all 3 matches that he's played. Brendan Dolan, he appeared a couple of times here as well, and he didn't get past the first round either.
Oh, look at Ian White, that was his 7th first-round defeat this evening. Some tournaments just don't suit certain players.
161.
I mean, but how good Ian White is, that's a remarkable stat.
Bullseye. He's going.
136.
Michael Smith had had that.
Easy.
If you're just joining us, he had 2 170s.
59.
And a 150 and a 132.
Well, we were just trying to think back if that's been done in a best of 11. Of course, remember Wes Newton hitting him back-to-back in the final 2 legs of a match. I know Michael, is it multiple?
Was that in Minehead? Was that down at the UK Open?
Don't think it was Minehead. May well have been Bolton. I think it was definitely the UK Open, though.
42.
No doubt somebody will let us know.
Yeah, we'll be picking that up in a nanosecond, no doubt. 2-2 now for Gurney. And on throw, away he goes with the start that he wants to hold the throw. This couple of years, Gurney's lost in the first round to the same man, Dave Chisnell, 10-8 on each occasion.
And the winner in that, when you see how well Chizzy played at the Worlds.
45.
Oh, didn't he?
Well, that performance against Michael was just remarkable.
Dave Chisnell in action tomorrow afternoon against the winner of that one. Yeah, Michael, you could almost see on Michael van Gerwen's face, you know, what have I done to deserve this? Everybody knows that he can throw brilliantly on occasion, but he didn't do this against me, yet there he was doing it.
Well, he walked into a few, didn't he? Joe Cullen also played an absolute blinder. Missed a couple of match darts, very close on the bullseye. Well, we can have our 3rd 170.
97.
Joe Cullen in action against Stephen Bunting later on. That's a terrific match. Bunting as well, a man back in form, having been really in a pretty dark place, but played really well at the World Championships. So 70 to square up the match now for Jeffrey Zwaan. Well, he doesn't get it, but he'll get another opportunity because Gurney's on a bogey number.
59. Jeffrey requires 16.
Double 8 for one apiece.
No
dear.
score. Daryl
Wrong bed.
require 104.
Has options. And that leaves 44. That leaves double 16 for a break of throw.
72.
Close,
Jeffrey
but not
requires
quite.
16.
So, once again, looking for double 8. Getting further away.
No score.
Dear me.
Daryl require
Well, not
32.
one of those looked like it was going to go in, did it? Or threw it in the general direction rather than into the double.
Yeah, it's on the
Unlike
second
that
leg.
one.
Daryl gets it.
Well, that's a 20-dart break
The
of
leg
throw.
is Daryl to throw first.
Darrell won't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Not at all. It's
Thank
the
you very
W.
much.
It's the W, isn't it? Match has started stickily so far as scoring and doubles are concerned, but Gurney 2 up.
100.
Has 2 TV titles to his name. Daryl Gurney,
140.
World Grand Prix in 2017 and the Players' Championship finals the following year.
Yeah, it was a fabulous win. Atmosphere in that final
58.
down there in Minehead. Took that 85 out on the ball to beat MVG.
78.
2 major titles in the current crop of players is quite incredible.
100.
And he's been through a bit of a rough patch over the last 12 months or so, but seems to be finding his game back. He's somebody who actually, I thought he
96.
grew as a player when he got into the Premier League and had to handle the pressure and sometimes the outright hostility of a crowd against him.
135.
Definitely grew as a player.
Can make or break you, that Premier League. It's quite a volatile environment at times.
137.
Certainly wouldn't want to be
108.
playing Gary up in Scotland.
Beautifully done, double 16.
Yeah,
No, that's lovely. A 108 check out for 3-0.
Although it's Jeffrey to throw first. Game.
He was under a bit of pressure there.
Very tidy 15 darter.
92.
Gives him a 3-0 lead.
Zwaan not really at the races so
Well, I
far.
remember we were the World Match Play we covered for the radio, and Zwaan really sort of almost made a claim to be sort of one of the next crop to break into the
33.
top 16, but he's just not kicked on from there.
No, he's not pushed through at all.
Had that wonderful match against Gary Anderson, didn't he?
Last year, quarterfinals of the World
58.
Grand Prix and last 64 of the World Championships. But for somebody of his talent, ranking number 22, I think a lot of people thought that he would have been
97.
a top 16 player by now.
Absolutely. He'll try and fill it. Another treble 19 leaves 170.
133.
Oh, he might as well have another. Never get bored of seeing that popped away.
That's good darts. It's more
134.
like it.
W 170.
Well, we know how it goes, but not this time.
84.
So,
Loose one.
Jeffrey 145.
looking down at 19s, I think.
109.
Great setup.
Value required,
Pressure on the
86.
86.
Treble 18. Homed in on that one. Bullseye.
61.
Quite this time.
Very,
36.
very close.
Cash on the fourth leg.
And
Jeffrey is
at the 8th time of asking,
leg is
he
down
finds
from
a
first.
double at
Game.
last. And into the game, Jeffrey Zwaan.
Gurney would love to get into the break. 4-1 up.
60.
Would he ever?
too much in the averages.
I think we kind of skirt past those. The doubles have had a ruinous effect on those averages.
Especially when a match is only 4 legs old. I've already had 14 misstarts at doubles, 7 apiece.
This is more what Zwaan is capable of doing. Well, we've been waiting for that Zwaan breakthrough into the top 16. There have been other players like Durant coming through, like Jose de Souza coming through, who've sort of just elbowed him out of the way.
Yeah, good shout.
56.
He's obviously super talented. Just seems to have stalled.
140.
Daryl Gurney ranked number 11 in those PDC rankings. He'll be hoping that 2021 spells a big year for him.
He needs one. Treble 18. Leaves the ball.
75.
Not looking too chuffed, is he? 106 for the break back.
Chance for Zwaan. I'm not sure.
Treble 17 maybe. Oh, hello.
Oh, that has fallen out of his hand.
Yeah, I think that was going for treble 17, double 18. I would hope.
He's been peppering the treble 20 so well. I'm surprised. 17 for double 16.
This for 4-1 at the interval. Should be a marker. Oh.
17.
What a chance.
66.
Zwaan.
Got to take this, I
to
think.
get us back on throw.
Double 18. This time. Yes, there it is. We're now back on throw. Daryl Gurney shaking his head a little bit sadly because he knows he really should have taken that leg, and they leave the stage with it back on throw, but Gurney leading 3-2. Daryl Gurney against Jeffrey de Zwaan, looking for a match against Dave Chisnell tomorrow afternoon. Gurney leading 3-2. Seen some really good darts here this evening. Mervyn King, Mensur Suljovic, Chris Dobie, Simon Whitlock, all winners.
78.
And memorably, A.D. Lewis beating Michael Smith by the deciding leg. Michael Smith having 2 170 checkouts, and we were trying to remember the last time anybody had ever done that in a short format match, and we came up with the name of Wes Newton, and we've had the messages, Chris.
Yeah, Michael Leckie, Belfast, Palomine, straight on it. 2011 Players' Championships, back-to-back 170 finishes to win the match.
And we're asking where it was. Boyce's contacted me saying it was in the Players' Championship in Doncaster, which has been seconded by U Bears. There you go. And it was against Mark Walsh, he tells me.
137.
The timeline would be right for Walshy.
We were there. We should be remembering that, really.
Probably didn't do the match.
It's a good excuse. I'll go with that.
It was 10 years ago.
There's the averages.
This one evenly poised, both averaging 85 and change.
100.
It was going to struggle to follow the last one, that's for sure.
In terms of numbers, Mervyn King was a standout performance. 102 he averaged in his victory against Durant, setting up that match tomorrow, and a very good match against former world champion Rob Cross.
Yeah, that's going to be
57.
It's an interesting one, that.
On current form, I think Mervyn's got a great chance.
140.
He's just playing with so much confidence right now.
89.
And such a big game, a big factor in this game as well, is confidence.
And of course it goes to best of 19, first to 10 tomorrow. Which will really suit the higher ranked players coming in.
This is for a break of throw. Tops needed.
33.
There's a huge advantage for these players to have had a game today. Going into those matches tomorrow, they won't be going in cold.
Now this is a pressure dart. Steadying himself, resetting, and nailing it. That's an important one, Chris.
The leg is down with
It's a 21 dart hold. The last two legs, an 18 dart break of throw, followed by a 21 dart hold. That will frustrate Daryl.
82.
Some scruffy darts, and it's not going to say it's an advantage to get out there and have the first game, but this isn't exactly going to be sending waves of fear through Chizzy unless they up their levels. 2 matches to go to follow this. Jose de Souza against Johnny Clayton, and then Joe Cullen against Stephen Bunting. That's a good looking game.
96.
De Souza and Clayton looking for a match against, well, not looking for, they have to face up to a match against Michael van Gerwen in the next round.
97.
And the winner of Cullen and Bunting will face the new world #1 and world champion Gerwyn Price.
40.
He's going to love it, isn't he, when he's introduced as precisely that, world champion. Going to have a nice ring.
I should imagine it feels great, John.
100.
I can only imagine.
I saw him on Soccer AM the other morning, and he
tell you
looked
what,
disgustingly good on there as well, didn't he?
I know, sickening. Absolutely sickening.
You meet these people who are good at everything. He's probably a scratch golfer as well. And brilliant cricketer. Gary Lineker used to be a bit like that. Bit irritating.
96.
Probably still is. Still plays off about 3, I think.
No comment.
It's about 20 better than me.
145.
Good setup from Zwaan to leave tops. This will be for 3 on the spin. Sorry, that'll be for 4 on the spin.
71.
On the last 3 legs after trailing 3-0.
Well, he knows where it is, and straight in this time.
That's a much better leg. That was a 13 dart break of throw. 17, 18, 21, 13.
Daryl Gurney's going to have it just festering in the back of his mind. I could have already put this match away, and he's got to get rid of that because he's now 4-3 down.
The last leg he can't have too many complaints about, but the previous 3 he could have a bit of a gripe.
96.
Zwaan just finding a bit of rhythm, and importantly finding doubles that count.
100.
Both averaging 86 there, as you can see. Really setting the world on fire.
134.
Daryl's best
Both
before.
got,
Sorry, go on.
both got a few more gears in the locker.
Well, there's one of them.
Welcome back, Daryl.
Right on cue.
First one of the match. Unneeded. Needs to stop the rot here.
Well, he's in a bit of trouble here, Zwaan. Gurney 221, and he's favourite to win this leg now and to break back.
105.
That'll do.
Picks off the 20-25 there. Takes him under the 121. Eliminates the ball finish out of the combination.
Daryl, 116.
Unless it's a treble 5, of course.
Single 5 didn't do him a lot of good, did it?
No. Zwaan back on 167, and in all fairness, he's done nothing so far in this match that would suggest he's in the form to take this one out.
We will see. Is it the commentator's curse? No.
Not this time.
Double 16 then for the break back for Daryl Gurney. Only had 3 doubles out of 14 attempts to here. Double 8. And he's sticky on those doubles again. That's an important dart.
Nice leg, it's Daryl to throw first.
Eventually got there. 15 dart breaker throw, and we're back on serve. It's now a best of 3.
Daryl Gurney was favoured by the odds makers before the match began,
59.
and presumably would be the favourite again here with the benefit of having the throw. All he needs is 2 holds of throw and he's there.
I didn't look, but what was he, around about 8 to 15?
Yeah, not quite, about 47. Probably would have found 8 to 15 if you'd shopped around.
I wouldn't be feeling particularly thrilled at that right now if he was in the old roll-up.
93.
The old Akka.
Zwaan handily placed again.
Yep.
Didn't need that 5. And certainly didn't need a second one.
He's wrestled the throw off of me here.
$132.
Well, that was interesting. Got there.
Well, if he'd gone the more traditional route, it would have meant only 1 treble to leave a finish. But immaterial now because he's got 6 starts to this 136.
And he's going to need them.
Over a month off with no competitive darts. I think it takes the players a while to get back into the swing of things.
58.
Well, it can be done, of course, in just 2 from here.
Yeah, treble 20, double 16 is the aggressive way. May go double 18, double 18.
Thinks, shall I? Shall I? Yes, why not? No.
Oh.
Well, that's not a bad way to do it, is it? Straight in there. Thank you very much.
It works. 3 consecutive breaks of throw now in this match.
Most people, I think, or many pros nowadays would be going double 18 there, but Zwaan thought differently.
Well, I know he likes double 18, and you know the doubles are the biggest targets on the board, and they're so good at following the dart that if one goes in, the chances are they're going to hit another.
Gurney has to blast straight back. He's got to get the break of throw.
Well, that's a great start because Zwaan only kicked off with 42. Just every opportunity with a poor visit here, which he's had, for Gurney to level things up. And of course, he will have the throw in the deciding leg, having won the ball out the back an hour or so ago.
Certainly got his concentration going now.
Oh, going 5-4 downs, woken him up.
Maximum number 2.
77.
6 darts from here at least.
$57.
Well, he's still got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's a big visit needed here from Zwaan off 3-2-2, so can't leave a finish now.
80.
1-2-4 for Gurney.
Only 124.
So don't want to do anything too dramatic at this stage. Stay there is good guide to leave double 16. Oh, doesn't find it. Over adjusts.
Could do with a 180, Zwaan, and it's not there. He's not got himself onto a finish.
68.
16 double.
Nicely done.
Back-to-back matches going all the way.
11th and final leg. It's Daryl to
Not
throw
quite
first.
hitting the standards of the last match, but nevertheless the conclusion is a nail-biter. Gurney with darts.
6 breaks of throw. It's usually indication of a fairly scrappy game. And the average is back that up. 87 versus 84. But we'll find ourselves going to a deciding leg. Who can hold it all together?
54.
Well, that is not what he needed. Opportunity with fairly poor first visit from Gurney, but now the Irishman finding the target.
Found a 180 when he needed it in the last leg.
140.
140 he will take all day long in a decider.
100.
46 points is the lead for Gurney. Plus these.
Is to lose.
Yeah, just needs some breathing space to get over the line.
140.
Back-to-back 140s after a edgy 60 start. Down to 161.
121.
2 visits if needed.
161.
That's a great dart. Bullseye if he wants it, but decides against it.
Couldn't quite tell from his eyes. I think he had a look at it.
Well, he gets the setup, and I'm sure at the back of his mind he's thinking, well, I've done the setup, I've got it, so why not go for it? And he nearly did.
Got to play the percentages sometimes.
He's got to get the double, though, having said that. And does so. And so Daryl, and he knows that at times he made heavy weather of that one. But he goes through, takes that place tomorrow afternoon against Dave Chisnell, and scrapes through a really tense match that beats the Dutchman Jeffrey Zwaan by 6 legs to 5.